I'm Claire from Inspiratrix Yoga, and this class is about moving your joints. It's about bringing simple movements to all your major joints so you can feel more lubricated and ready to go. It's like, it'd be like spraying yourself with a can of WD-40, only like not as smelly and toxic, hopefully. The whole class will be done from a standing position, so you could even do this standing outside on the grass if you feel like it, or on the carpet at home, whatever feels comfortable for you. Let's get started. Come into mountain pose with your feet underneath your hips. Slightly soften your knees and send your hips back a little so your weight is dropping into your heels. And then take your hands on your belly. Take some slow, deep, connected breaths. Noticing how you feel today. Noticing your internal world. And committing to being present to your body for this practice session. Keeping your weight in your heels a little more. And then let's start off with some really simple, just joint movements, joint mobilizations. Rotate your wrists. And then rotate the other way. And then bend your elbows a few times. Notice how one elbow feels compared to the other one. Great. And then come down to your feet. Lift up onto one leg and begin by just rotating at your ankle. So your ankle joint is moving. Your knee and your hip are staying static. And you're rotating your toes, like you're drawing a circle with your toes in the air. Rotate the other way. And if this is super wobbly, feel free to hold onto a wall or a piece of furniture or something unmoving. Okay, let's change legs. Same thing on the other side. Notice how this ankle is. Maybe there are interesting sort of pops and cracks that you feel. Rotate the other way. Okay, great. Switch onto the other leg. Let's go for moving at the knee joint now. So you're going to lift your leg up a bit and then rotate the lower part of your leg. But you're not really moving your knee. You're more moving, your knee's staying fairly static. It's like the bottom part of your leg is moving. So it's like you're drawing a circle with your heel. And then rotate the other way around. Keeping the knee and the hip static. Okay, change legs. Same thing, just lift your foot up. And then keeping your knee and hip static. Rotating just the lower leg. So most of the movement is happening in your knee joint. And then rotate yourself the other way around. Great. Change legs. This time we're going to bring movement to the hip joint. So you're standing on one leg and rotating the whole of the other leg. So this time all the movement is happening in your hip joint. Take a rest anytime you need to. And again, feel free to hold onto the wall if that's helpful. Then stay with the same leg, but if you've been externally rotating, inwardly rotate, or vice versa. So just reverse the direction. Staying present inside. Staying present to how your body is this morning. Okay, great. Let's give that leg a rest. So rotating at the hip on the other side. Sometimes you can feel things kind of pop and crack. It might be in the hip joint, or it might be in ligaments around the joint. Okay, then rotate this same leg other way. Great. Come back to having your feet underneath your hips in mountain pose. Just softening your knees, sending your weight back a little bit into your heels. Taking some slow breaths. Noticing the effects of doing all that movement around your ankles, your knees, your hips. Just doing a breathing practice to kind of center and come back in. Inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale and float your hands down in front of you to your belly button. Coming back to your center, kind of gathering in. Exhaling as the hands come down. Great. So staying in mountain pose with your legs and hips quite stable. I now want you to play with rotating at the spine. So can you keep your hips stable? Just moving your upper body. So most of this twist is going into your lower back, into the part of the spine traveling through the rib cage. Arms really floppy. Legs aren't like locked, but you're just keeping them stable. You could also bring a kidney tap into this as well. So as the arm goes behind, you could tap on the opposite kidney with a soft fist. Great. Relax your arms. And then let's do something for the head. I want you to inhale and imagine you're looking over one shoulder, like looking back at the moon. Exhale. Head comes back to the middle. Let's do two more on the same side. Inhale, looking back at the moon. Just doing this in a way that feels comfortable. Exhale, coming back. One more. And then do 3 on the other side. So your head and neck are moving. You're also looking back with your eyes. Great. Next thing we'll do is like an arching and rounding movement of your spine. This looks quite well with the knees a bit bent. Again, weight coming back a little bit. So hands at the top of the thighs. So I want you to inhale and arch your back. So you're sticking your tailbone back, lifting your chin, lifting your chest, just as far as feels comfortable. Then exhale and round your spine. So tailbone tilts down, lower back pushes back, upper back rounds, head goes forwards. So inhale, arching, focusing on your spine here. Feel the movement of your spine. Exhale, rounding. Inhaling, arching. Imagine golden light filling your head and your spine. Exhale, rounding and breathing out any grey smog. Anything you want to let go of. Do a few more. Keeping your knees bent. Okay. And then stand up, come back to mountain pose. Place your hands on your belly, connect to your deep and powerful breath. Noticing the effects of that last movement. Okay, next come into warrior 2. We'll do, let's do warrior 2. So facing one of the long sides of your mat, step your feet quite wide apart. And then turn your left toes out 90 degrees, right toes in. Bend your left knee. So with warrior 2 legs, we're actually going to do some shoulder shrugs. So inhale and relax your upper back. Pause, take your shoulders up and back, squeeze the tops of your shoulder blades together. Exhale, slide your shoulder blades down your back, releasing and letting go. Inhale, relax your upper back, relax your shoulder blades. Ease the middle parts of your shoulder blades in towards each other. Exhale, slide your shoulder blades down. Inhale, let go of any tension around your shoulder blades. Now squeeze your elbows in, squeeze the lower parts of your shoulder blades in. Exhale and soften your shoulder blades down. Relax your arms. Inhale into upper back. Tops of the shoulder blades, squeeze up and back. Exhale, shoulder blades soften down. Inhale, letting go of tension. Then connect to the middle of your shoulder blades, squeeze that part together. Exhale, soften down. Inhale into upper back. Elbows squeeze in, back of shoulder blades squeeze in, bottom of the shoulder blades squeeze in. Exhale and soften. Great. Turn both feet forwards and then slowly heel toe your feet back together. Coming into mountain pose. Noticing how your internal world is right now. What sensations you feel. Whether you feel alive or sleepy. Whether some areas feel stiff or feel open. Let's come into Warrior Two on the other side. Step your feet wide, facing one of the long sides of your mat. Turn your right toes 90 degrees to the side, your left toes in, and bend your right knee. Shoulder shrugs again. Inhale, connecting to your shoulder blade area. So your shoulders up and back, and then squeeze the top of your shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, soften down. Keep your chin tucking in and the back of your head lifted. Deep breath in. Ease the middle parts of your shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, as you soften your shoulder blades down, keep your head upright. Chin slightly tucked in, not jutting forwards. Deep breath in. Elbows squeeze in towards each other. Exhale, easing the shoulders and shoulder blades down. Relax your arms. One more set of 3. Deep breath in. Shoulders up and back, tops of shoulder blades squeeze. Exhaling and softening down. Deep breath in. Middle shoulder blades squeeze in. Exhale, easing those down. Huge breath in. Bottom of your shoulder blades squeeze in. Exhale and soften those down. Right, release your arms. Turn both feet forwards and very mindfully step your feet back together. Arriving back in mountain pose. Let's do another nice movement for the hip joint. Step one of your feet forwards and then you're standing on, okay, so one foot is step forwards, but most of your weight is on this back leg. Place your hands around the hip joint of the back leg and then make some slow circles, feeling into how your hip joint is in this simple movement. Circle the other way. Great. And then change legs. So bring the other leg forwards, connecting to the hip joint on the other side. So circling. It's really great to move all the different joints, and you know the hip is such a major joint because when we bring a bit of movement to the joints, when we do some of these mobilizations, it's really great for, it kind of stimulates the production of synovial fluid, which is like the WD-40 that helps to lubricate what's going on. I'll circle the other way on this hip. Great. Then come into mountain pose, and then take your feet a little bit wider. Place your hands on your hips, and we'll do some circles for the whole pelvic bowl. Taking your pelvic bowl sort of in these circles and just letting your upper body sort of follow. Stretching into this as much or as little as feels comfortable. And then change the direction of your circles. Great. Then once you come to the middle, let's do something more subtle. So I want you to focus on where your tailbone is. And you know, if you're not sure, kind of feel where it is. It's kind of just at the base of the back of your hips, of just above your anus really. So be aware of your tailbone. And then let's do some circles just with the tailbone. So I'm trying to keep my shoulders static. And my hips are kind of not moving that much, but I'm focusing on, it's like I'm drawing a circle with my tailbone. It's not a massive movement. If it helps to have your hands on your hips, do that. Or it might feel better just to have the hands relaxed. Either's fine really. But focusing on making circles with your tailbone. So it kind of looks like not a lot is going on externally, but internally quite a lot is going on. Knees a bit soft, yeah. And then draw the circles the other way around. Great. Okay, now face towards one of the long sides of your mat and come into horse stance. So feet quite wide apart, toes pointing out a little, knees bent. Sending your hips back so your leg muscles are working. Torso quite upright, feet active. Then interlace your hands together and just do some movements for your hands and your wrists, your elbows and your shoulders. Moving your hands and your upper body around any which way. Taking the arms high or low, to either side, front or back, inside out, normal way round, twisting, whatever feels good. Okay, then relax your arms. Heel toe your feet back into mountain pose. Noticing your inside world. where you feel your aliveness or energy. Now bring your hands into prayer position. Let's do a sort of movement to sort of create a sense of integrity in our bodies, in our auras. So what you'll do on inhale is hands will come down and then up. And on exhale, hands will come down. Let's kind of bring a bit of visualization to that. So as you inhale, it's like everything's going down, then up. Slow exhale, everything coming back to the middle. One more. And then relax your arms. Weight coming back a little into your heels. Let's come back to that bending and flexing of the spine. So hands on the top of your thighs, knees a bit bent, hips going back a little. Inhale, tilt your tailbone back, arch your spine, lift your chin. Not taking your head right back, just sort of look up about 45 degrees. So you're not massively bending your neck with this. Exhale, rounding your back, tailbone points down, rounding your back body. So inhaling, imagining golden light filling your head, your spine. Exhaling, breathing out like grey clouds, anything you don't want. And then straighten up. Now let's come into a couple of minutes of just being silent, focusing on the breathing and focusing internally. You could do this in mountain pose, or you could sit on the floor, or you could lie on the floor. Whatever's your most comfortable meditation position, or whatever you fancy doing right now, either standing or sitting or lying down. Perhaps closing your eyes. Bringing your whole body into your awareness. Imagining yourself in a bubble of light. And as you breathe in, that expands. As you breathe out, that contracts. So it's like a bubble of light that's just pulsing slowly as you breathe. Staying in awareness of your body. Awareness of your physical world, your internal world, like the world that you experience through your senses. Feeling a sense of stillness within. Whether you're sitting or standing or lying down, bring one hand onto your chest, one hand onto your belly. Take a moment to thank yourself for doing this practice today. Finding some gratitude to yourself, to your mind, to your body. And then start to move, and hopefully if you feel ready to go about your day. So thank you so much for joining me for this class today. I hope you found it useful, and I hope your joints are moving happily and fluidly with lots of synovial fluid now. If you'd like to practice with me again, there are a few classes out there on YouTube that I've put freely available. It's youtube.com/Inspiratrix Yoga. Or if you'd like to get access to my much bigger library of recorded classes, my virtual yoga vault, the best way to access that is to join my Inspiratrix Yoga membership. It's a ridiculously cheap way for a small monthly payment where you get access to all the videos. You also get access to live Zoom classes with me as well. That's at inspiratrix.co.uk. I'll put the link down below as well. Have a great day.